Good morning to everyone. This is my talk about serious video game as a strategy for teaching and learning the Sustainable Development Goals. So that presentation is going to be delivered by me, that I am Fernando Colmenares Quintero, and the another part of the presentation will be held by Julián, Andrés, Mera. We are part of a university in Colombia called Universidad Cooperativa de Colombia. That means in English, Cooperative University of Colombia. Okay, and this project has been sponsored by the Lloyd's Register Foundation and the Royal Academy of Engineering via Engineering X program. Okay, and the partners of the consortium for this project is Universidad Cooperativa de Colombia, Aguadera from the United Kingdom, also Innova Solar Colombia, and EPM, that is a very important utility company in Colombia. Okay, the table of contents for this presentation. Colombia, some challenges. I would like to say something about the country in general, an introduction about the video game and also the gap. Okay, and then we're going to talk about what are serious video games in general and theoretical framework, and then the methodology and the video game development process that is going to be delivered by my colleague Julián. Okay, some challenges about Colombia. This is Colombia, located in South America, have access to two oceans. One is the Atlantic Ocean and another one is the Pacific one. And it's a very interesting country with very complex as well. So we are in the process of the post-conflict era, where the guerrillas, former guerrillas, FARC, stopped fighting against the government, against the whole country, and now we are reallocated them in different positions within the country. Okay, but some challenges. Okay. Unemployment, 9.71% in 2019, and then due to the COVID-19 pandemic, okay, this number reached the 20% in April 2020. Okay, under 24 years old are more than 25% of the people, young people. Okay, worse in the rural areas. Okay, the majority live in the north and west of Colombia, but is in a very not populated region of the country. Okay, poverty. What about poverty? 27% live in poverty in the whole country. We are almost 50 million Colombians. Okay, out of the 35% is located in the rural area. Okay, so roughly 7%, that means 3.5 million live in extreme poverty, and 50% extreme poverty are in the rural areas. 2 million of Colombians have no electrical power. Okay, so main imports and future challenges to sustainable development and growth are the following. We need, of course, to import machinery, computers, also electrical equipment, okay, more vehicles, pharmaceuticals as well for a healthy population, or organic chemicals, cereals, opticals, and medical equipment are so important, plastics and also plastic articles, iron, and steel as well, and aircraft, etc. More challenges regarding the energy, water, and waste. Okay, the energy, extensive oil, gas, and coal reserves we have in the country still, but we are so compromised for the decarbonization of the country. So somehow we need to reduce the use of the oil and gas and coal reserves. Okay, 27% of the national grid, it depends on the thermal gas, and 64% on the hydropower, okay, hydroelectrical. We have in Colombia, and it's have a big impact in the whole region because of the infrastructure in general. Okay, less than 30 megawatts are renewable energy installed, and we are promoting more renewable energy in the whole country due to the advantage that Colombia have to the sun, but also to the wind. And as I mentioned at the beginning, we have access to two oceans, so also we can take advantage of the energy coming from the sea. Okay, and also from the rivers in general. Okay, a lot of rivers we have in Colombia. So water, what about water? So increasing water demand in urban areas, but there is a lot of water scarcity. Yeah, and despite that we have access to water in general. It's just a big country with a lot of access to water, but we are facing this situation due to the lack of the technology to purify the water in general. More than 1 million people lack access to clean water, sanitation, and also for drinking. Yeah, and also we have of course the restriction due to the hydroelectricity. We have the restriction of the water, as I mentioned, before is having a huge impact on populations that are living down the hydroelectrical plant. Okay. About waste, increasing waste production in urban areas, increasing also contamination of the waste, but also we have a big problem with the system in general, because there is no a culture or education about the processing of the waste, okay, the urban waste, but also the rural waste in general. So we need to teach people about, the methods in general, despite the Colombians are really very compromised about recycling within their homes, okay? But this is one of the things that we need to deal with, okay? So this is a general picture of the country, the situation, and we took this into account before starting exploring the design of the tool to teach the SDGs to children, but also to our university students in general. So, as I mentioned, this is a project sponsored by the Engineering X. Exactly, is the program called Engineering Skills, where they are most needed. Okay, and this is delivered by the Royal Academy of Engineering and the Lloyd's Register Foundation in the UK. Okay, so I'm not going to keep too much time on this in here because of the restriction of the time, but okay, our concern is to teach in general to our children that are more dedicated on video games. Okay, they are more focused on video games, how we can teach them or to make awareness of the importance of the sustainability in general, of recycling, of taking care of the water, taking care of the energy, okay, in general the resources, okay. So in the next slide we have the gap, okay. As mentioned, this is based on the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. Okay, we don't have something that, very clear, the model to teach, the model regarding the teaching and learning for the SDGs. So this is why we focus that project on SDGs using video games. Okay, so what about serious video games, as you know. Okay, we have 3 dimensions in general. One is the learning, another is the games, and the last one the simulation. Okay, we put everything here together, leading to the serious gaming. Okay, so the gamification, that is called gamification, is the games, the mechanics, dynamics, components, and logics, okay, that end up with the gamification. Also, trainings that promote challenges, is based on challenges in general, how to solve a challenge, and students playing the video, okay, try to solve these challenges in general, and also promote the teamwork, okay, and this is creating a new learning. Okay, so some theoretical reference. So we have teaching and learning model. The traditional one is the pedagogical component, that is made up of playful component and also educational content. In another part of the slide, we have the technical component, that is the serious video game. So we have gamification and game-based learning. Okay, so we apply the following methodology. So first of all, we search for patents and papers in specialized databases, okay, and also using WIPO for the patents. And then we analyze the most used teaching and learning models in general, okay, and also we apply this is the literature review or systematic mapping, where you apply some criteria for inclusion and exclusion, and then we establish the methodology to be used for the teaching and learning, the SDGs, okay, and then starting gamifying the methodology and designing of the prototype of this video game, okay. We end up with the video game prototype beta version that have been tested with different children and different students in general from several regions of Colombia. Okay, so as you may see on the picture in here, we have some photos, okay, that they were organized, in focus group. Okay, you can see teachers and also students. The idea was also to identify the styles of teaching and learning of this population. Okay, also we share with them, using like the draft that you can see on the paper. Okay, the idea of the video game, we share this with them. Okay, the year 2030, okay, and that in that year, okay, the earth is so devastated, okay, and need really help. So we discuss with the students, also with the teachers, okay, how we can save the earth. The idea was to go back, to the past, to the actual time, okay, the current time, and this was drawn as you can see in that picture in here, and our base or the conceptual model for our video game. Okay, about the development process, we use the Scrum methodology, okay, as you may see in here, but also pretty focused on user experience design. Okay, so I don't know how familiar are you with the Scrum methodology, but this is a way also to develop the projects in general, working in parallel activities. Okay, so part of the development process is also the tools that we use to develop the video game. One of those was RPG Maker, okay, supported by the HTML5 and also the Rapid programming language, and also Java and Office 365. Krita and GitHub. Okay, bring together the databases and also events and map editor. Okay, there are some screenshots of the video game that is called Save the Earth. Okay, in our version we have the version in Spanish, but the idea is to have a version also in English in general. So we use different strategies to solve the challenges. One of those is to guess the most important words in general and to go to different levels, okay, of the game. Yeah, as you may see also the wind turbines in here, but also you can see the water that is contaminated, how to apply circular economy, to collect all these rubbish that are in the ocean and they can be used for other purposes. Okay, so the validation scenarios, my colleague Julián is going to talk about this. Okay, we share this together, and if you don't understand some words in English, we do apologize for that, but we are trying our best, to make this presentation.
Validation process of this video game Save of the Earth was carried out in these regions: Manaure, Puerto Carreño, Popayán. In Manaure, La Guajira, the following results were obtained: the participation of 13 teachers and 25 students, of which 85% knew about the existence of the Sustainable Development Challenge, SDGs, and 15% knew about the existence of the Sustainable Development Challenge, and 15% did not know it. 93% said that the video game was an excellent experience, and 7% said that it was good one. They suggested that it was important to include the local symbols and to use the native language of the Guajira, known as Guayunaiki. In Puerto Carreño Bichada participated 3 teachers and 20 students, of which 78% knew about the existence of the Sustainable Development Challenge, SDG, and 22% did not know it. Regarding the experience with the video game, 98% considered that it was excellent and 2% that it was good one experience. They suggested to implement the collaborative modality in the video game and some challenges that have representative scenarios of the region. In Popayán, Cauca, as a result of the validation, 20 teachers and 50 students participate in the validation of the game. 95% reported the video game was an excellent experience, and 5% that it was good one. They suggested the importance of personalizing the avatar and include some typical characters and tourist places of the regions. Finally, in the conclusion, gamification is a methodology that positively impacts student learning. Video games plus education are the perfect combination from the appropriation of the concept of the SDGs. The application of the video games in the scenarios showed positive results. There is a strengthening of the students and teachers in competencies of being, knowing, and doing. Thank you for your attention and your contacts in the screen.